Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we started with our lines and angles, isn't it? This is the third video actually. Okay, so in the last video we were discussing about your related angles, isn't it? We had seen two related angles, and what were those? That was your um, one was supplementary, and the other one was what? It is complementary. Yes, supplementary and complementary, isn't it? Complementary is what? Supplementary is what? Complementary angles are the angles whose sum will be equal, should be equal to 90 degrees, and supplementary angle, the sum of the angle measure should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so if they give you the sum as 90, it is complementary, and if it gives you sum as 180, then it is supplementary angles. Alright, the third angle we started already was adjacent angles, isn't it? So I've told you you have three properties to fulfill for the adjacent angle, and so you will understand it clearly when we take some example. The first two is it's easy to understand. The third point is a bit problematic to understand. If you take one example, you will feel it easy to catch it. Okay, now I have three lines like this, and okay, which are intersecting at point O. Okay, three lines A, O, B, O, and C, O. So they are intersecting at point O. So they let me take in this angle AOB and angle AOC. These two angles, angle AOB, okay, and the other angle is angle BOC. This angle. Okay, let's check whether these two angles are adjacent angles or no. First point is they should have common vertex. It is 0. They have common vertex. This angle AOB and BOC, they have common vertex O. And the second point, it should have common arm. Okay, so common arm, yes, of course it is there, common arm. Okay, I've took it here. It is BOC, sorry, not AOC. It should be this angle BOC. Okay, so do you have common arm between AOB of the AOB and BOC? Yes, this is a common arm, isn't it? OB is a common arm. The second point is also fulfilled. What about third point? What does this third property or third point means is, see, there should be non-common arms on either side. Okay, there should be non-common arms on either side. That means for this angle AOB, okay, and you have see this BOC, you have this common arm. Okay, this OB is a common arm, and on either side of this OB you have non-common arms, isn't it? OA is not there in this angle, and OC is not there in this angle, so they are non-common arms on either side of your common arm OB. Okay, so your to the common arm OB, you have OA and OC as non-common arms, isn't it? Arms on either side, on both the sides, this side, also this side, and also this side, this OC, isn't it? So your angle AOB, this angle and this angle, they are adjacent to each other. Now let me take other angles and just let's see whether they are adjacent or no. When I take one more example, your third point will become very clear to you. Okay, what exactly does that mean? So again I will take the same type of this thing, you have AO, BO and CO. Okay, they are all meeting at a point O. Now I will take angles AOB, this angle. Okay, I will take with the red mark this angle, alright, and this angle. So my angle I am taking is AOB, okay, and angle AOC, okay, angle AOB and angle AOC. Alright, this angle. Okay, let's now find out whether they are adjacent angles or no. So what is the first point? It should have common vertex. Yes, first point is true, isn't it? So they have common vertex O. Now second is what property? It should have common arm. Now common arm, in this common arm is, yes, what is the common arm between AOB and AOC? It is AO, okay, or OA, anything. OA is your common arm between these two angles, isn't it? AO is a common arm, or OA, any way you can write. Okay, so now second point is also fulfilled. What about third property? Non-common arms on either side. So you have common arm OA, okay, so to this side you don't have no arms, isn't it? This side you have only one arm, that is OB. So on either side, both the sides, you don't have your non-common arm, isn't it? So your third property is not fulfilled. So this is your OA, which is a common arm. To this common arm you should have a non-common arm on both the sides. So you have only OB on this side, but not the other. On the other side you don't have any kind of arm to these two angles. So third property is not fulfilled. Therefore you will say that angle AOB and angle AOC are not adjacent. Okay, I hope you understood now the third point also very clearly. Okay, now that you have known about your adjacent angles, the next type of related angle will be your linear pair angles. Okay, see, now we had known your adjacent angles. Okay, first linear pair, you need to first check the two angles are adjacent. Okay, first condition is that is for linear pair, what you will have, two adjacent angles will be given. If their sum is 180 degree, they form linear pair. Okay, see, sum of two angles, okay, it is one, if it is 180 degrees, it is called as supplementary angle. If the angles are two adjacent angles, okay, and if their sum is 180 degrees, we call them as linear pair. Just note the difference. We are saying here for linear pair, two adjacent angles. Okay, so we have example here. Tell me, like, we have angle 50, okay, and 130 degree. Are they adjacent angles? So we have angle, common vertex as O. So you have angle COB, okay, and angle BOA. Angle BOA. They are adjacent. Let's check. It has common vertex O, right? It has common arm OB. Yes, OB. Fine. Now to this OB, we will check the non-common arms. It should be on either side, that is on both the sides. So to this side you have OC, isn't it? And here we have OC, and this side we have OA, isn't it? On either side we have non-common arms. Therefore we say that angle COB and your angle BOA, they are adjacent angles. That is 150 degrees and 130 degrees angle are adjacent to each other. Now this adjacent angles, do they form linear pair? Add this 150 plus 30, 50 plus 130. One angle is 50 and the other angle is 130. So this is equal to how much? 180. Therefore, the pair 50 degree angle and 130 degree angle, which are also adjacent, forms a linear pair. Okay. Alright. So now check for this. You have angle 60 degrees and 120 degrees. So these two angles 60 and this angle 120, they are adjacent to each other because it has common vertex and common arm as OB, and to this OB on both the sides you have non-common arms AOA and other is OC. So these two forms your adjacent pair. Okay, adjacent angles. So if you add 60 plus 120, how much you are getting? It is 180. Therefore, this adjacent angle pair is a linear pair. If it is not equal to 180 degree, then you will say it's non-linear pair. Okay. So since it is equal to 180 degrees, you call it as a linear pair. All right. I hope you you can make a quite difference that supplementary angle is what? If you have two angle measurements, if you just simply add them, if you get 180 degrees, it is supplementary pair, supplementary angles. If you want to know what is whether it is a linear pair or no, what is the condition? At first, the two angles should be adjacent to each other, and their sum should be 180 degrees. Okay, the first thing is what? One is adjacent, it should be adjacent. Okay, and the other thing is what? Sum should be equal to 180 degrees. All right. Okay, so this was your linear pair angle. Okay, I hope you don't have any doubt in this. So other kind of questions what you can get is, one angle will be given and the other will be unknown. You need to find it, and it is said that it is a linear pair. So if it is a linear pair, you will check whether they are adjacent or no. Okay, so this obviously this angle is adjacent to this angle. Okay, so what is you'll take this as x, isn't it? Unknown is x plus 80 will be equal to how much? Since it is linear pair, it is 180 degree. So therefore you can easily find your x. 180 minus 80, so x will be equal to 100. So 100 degrees is the other angle, which is showing you as a question mark. Okay, this kind of questions you're going to get, as we had seen in complementary and supplementary. The same type you will get in your for this kind of angles as well. All right. Okay, I think I can finish this vertically opposite angles in today's video, and then we can stop. All right. So we had seen just now linear pair angles. Okay. Now what is your vertically opposite angles? Okay. See, you have two lines which are intersecting with each other. Okay, at some middle point as some O. Okay, so you will form many angles around this point, isn't it? 4 angles, you can see they are forming 4 angles. So now in this type of situation, what are your vertically opposite angles? You say this 30 degrees is vertically opposite. It is exactly opposite, isn't it? Vertically opposite. And this will be your angle. If you know that this is 30 degrees, then this is obviously equal to 30 degrees. Okay, so vertically opposite angles, they are equal. Okay, so if I have some this as 90 degrees, so this obviously this angle will be your 90 degrees. So vertically opposite angles, exactly the angles which are exactly opposite, okay, to each other, they are called vertically opposite angles, and they are equal. One angle, if you know, the other angle you can easily say, because vertically opposite angles are equal. Alright, so in the next example, the figure what I've took, so this is 160 degrees, then obviously this opposite angle, vertically opposite angle, will be 160 degrees. If it is, this is 20 degrees, the obviously this also will be 20 degrees. Okay, so what are vertically opposite angles? The angle which are exactly opposite to each other, okay, and they are equal. Remember this. So in any question, anything which is given something like this, if one angle it is known is this as something 70 degrees, suppose, so your opposite angle will obviously be 70 degrees. If this angle is something 110 degree, this will be your opposite angle will be 110 degree. Okay, so vertically opposite angles when two lines intersecting, okay, at the middle of and meeting at the middle point, so some four angles will be formed. Opposite angles which are called as vertically opposite angles, they are equal to each other. Okay, and so the question whatever given, if it is unknown, you can easily say that the opposite angle value of that or measure of that particular angle. Okay, this is your vertically about your vertically opposite angles. Okay, so in the next part of the this thing, you have what intersecting of lines, that is pair of you are intersecting on a pair of lines. Okay, when a pair of lines are intersecting, so you will get many angles. So the relation between them, and what are the angles, what are the types of angles, interior, exterior angles, all these things we are going, let's study in our next video, inshallah. Okay, so based on this, you have exercise for your vertically opposite this adjacent angle you have. Okay, so when we meet on Zoom, we will do our exercise problems, and we will move further in the next video with our what angles, pair of angles. Okay, all right, so until we meet again, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.